Hold on to your hats, folks, because the world of artificial intelligence is about to get a whole lot more interesting. Or should I say, terrifying? Trump's allies are reportedly cooking up plans for what they're calling Manhattan projects for AI military technology. Their goal? To catapult the US to the forefront of the AI arms race naturally. These projects are being packaged into a shiny new AI executive order, one that would make even the most optimistic tech enthusiast break out in a cold sweat. Think industry-led agencies with the power to shape the future of AI research and development. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about handing over the reins of one of the most powerful technologies in human history to private companies. This is a move straight out of the America First playbook, a move that prioritizes American dominance in the rapidly evolving and potentially very dangerous field of AI. Critics are already sounding the alarm, warning of the potential for bias, a lack of transparency, and a full-blown AI arms race. But hey, who needs ethics and global cooperation when you can have killer robots, right? Buckle up, because the future of AI is about to be decided by the same people who brought you self-driving cars and targeted advertising. That's right, Trump's proposed AI executive order puts industry leaders front and center. It's a move that's sure to delight Silicon Valley and send shivers down the spines of anyone who's ever worried about the unchecked power of big tech. These industry-led agencies will have a lot on their plate. They'll be responsible for studying AI models, safeguarding them from those pesky foreign adversaries, and of course, making sure America stays ahead of the AI curve. Think of it as a Manhattan project, but instead of splitting atoms, they'll be splitting ethical hairs, and probably making a tidy profit along the way. The involvement of tech heavyweights like Elon Musk, who, let's not forget, recently threw his considerable weight behind Trump, raises all sorts of questions about conflicts of interest. Are we really comfortable with the future of AI being shaped by the same people who are trying to sell us electric trucks and space tourism? It's enough to make you want to go off the grid and live in a yurt. Now, before we all descend into a full-blown AI-fueled panic, let's consider the potential upsides of this whole Manhattan Project business. Proponents argue that by unleashing the innovative power of the private sector, America can maintain its technological edge in the global AI race. Because, as we all know, nothing screams progress like a good old-fashioned arms race. They envision a future where AI-powered systems enhance national security, bolstering our defenses, and keeping those pesky foreign adversaries at bay. Imagine autonomous drones patrolling our borders, AI-powered surveillance systems keeping a watchful eye on potential threats, and maybe even a few robot soldiers thrown in for good measure. It's enough to make even the most ardent pacifist consider investing in a bunker. Of course, all of this comes with a hefty price tag, and by hefty, I mean potentially trillions of dollars, but hey, who needs universal healthcare or affordable education when you can have robot armies, right? Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the algorithm in the machine. Critics of Trump's AI plans are quick to point out the potential for bias, a lack of transparency, and the very real danger of weaponizing AI. And let's be honest, folks, when it comes to AI, the potential for things to go horribly wrong is about as high as Trump's chances of winning the popular vote. Imagine AI-powered systems, used for surveillance that disproportionately target minority communities, or autonomous weapons systems making life-or-death decisions without human oversight. It's a dystopian future straight out of a Black Mirror episode. And the scariest part? It's not as far-fetched as we might like to think. The lack of transparency surrounding these proposed Manhattan projects only amplifies these concerns. Without proper oversight and accountability, we risk creating AI systems that perpetuate existing inequalities and erode our fundamental freedoms. It's enough to make you want to throw your smartphone in the ocean and move to a remote island with no Wi-Fi. Hold on to your algorithms, folks, because the GOP is coming for Biden's AI regulations like a Roomba on a mission. They argue that Biden's executive order, which among other things requires tech companies to disclose risks associated with their AI models, is stifling innovation and putting America at a competitive disadvantage. Because, nothing says innovation like a complete lack of oversight and accountability. Republicans believe that a more hands-off approach, one that allows the free market to work its magic, is the best way to ensure American leadership in AI. They envision a future where tech companies are free to develop and deploy AI systems without the pesky interference of government regulations. What could possibly go wrong? Of course, critics argue that this is akin to giving a toddler a flamethrower and hoping for the best. They warn that rolling back Biden's regulations could lead to a Wild West scenario, with companies racing to develop and deploy AI systems without any regard for the potential consequences. It's enough to make you want to invest in a good old-fashioned typewriter. Now let's talk about the elephant in the server room, shall we? The involvement of tech industry leaders in shaping national AI policy raises all sorts of red flags about potential conflicts of interest. It's like asking the fox to guard the henhouse. Except in this case, the Fox is a multi-billion-dollar tech company with a vested interest in shaping the future of AI to its advantage. Imagine a world where the same companies that collect your data, track your every move, and target you with personalized ads are also calling the shots on how AI is developed and deployed. It's enough to make you want to invest in a tinfoil hat. Critics argue that this cozy relationship between the tech industry and the government could lead to AI systems that prioritize corporate profits over the public good. They envision a future where AI is used to further concentrate wealth and power in the hands of a select few. It's enough to make you want to start a Luddite commune in the woods. Think tank reactions, a spectrum of views on AI's future. The announcement of these AI Manhattan projects has sent ripples through the think tank world. Some see it as a bold move to secure America's place as a global leader in AI. Others view it as a reckless gamble with potentially disastrous consequences. The America First Policy Institute has been surprisingly tight-lipped about the whole affair. It's like they say, when it comes to AI, keep your friends close and your algorithms closer. Other think tanks argue that the focus on military applications of AI is short-sighted. They warn of the dangers of an AI arms race, leading to a more unstable world. Trump's AI legacy, building on past initiatives. This isn't Trump's first foray into the world of AI. Back in 2019, his administration launched the American AI Initiative, an ambitious plan to bolster the United States' competitive advantage in AI and safeguard its economic and national security interests. The initiative directed government agencies to prioritize AI research and development, allocate resources for high-performance computing capabilities, and promote international collaboration on AI. While the 2019 initiative shared some similarities with the current proposals, it differed in its emphasis on government-led efforts rather than industry-driven agencies. It also placed a greater emphasis on international collaboration and the responsible development of AI. Whether the current proposals will build on the successes of the American AI Initiative or represent a radical departure from its principles remains to be seen. One thing is clear. The Trump administration's legacy on AI is complex and multifaceted. Only time will tell how these latest proposals will shape the future of AI in the United States and beyond. The future of AI policy hangs in the balance. As it stands, the future of these AI Manhattan projects remains as clear as a muddy puddle. Neither Trump nor his allies have elaborated on the specifics of these plans, leaving many wondering if they'll ever see the light of day. It's enough to make you wonder if they're just trying to distract us from something else. The lack of concrete details and the deafening silence from key figures has only fueled speculation and uncertainty. Will these proposals gain traction within the Republican Party? Will they survive legal challenges? And perhaps most importantly, are they even a good idea? Only time will tell what the future holds for AI policy in the United States. But one thing is certain, the stakes have never been higher. The decisions made today will have far-reaching consequences for our economy, our security, and the very fabric of our society. So, buckle up, Buttercups, because the AI revolution is just getting started.